Welcome. I'm Mark Hempel, your host for this inaugural Event Temple session. On behalf of James, who wrote and produced this audio file, I extend his appreciation to each of you. To get started, let's breathe regularly at a comfortable pace. Synchronize your breathing with my own, and by association, everyone who is participating in this session. So get comfortable and exhale slowly. On 3, inhale. 1, 2, 3. When you breathe deeply, it helps to synchronize the human instrument with the energetics of the higher self, helping you open your energetic flow both inwardly and outwardly. Now, imagine the intelligence and creative capacities of your higher self and the spirit energy in which it lives is poised, prepared, and waiting. You can imagine this as an energy field that surrounds you, pulsing in rhythmic synchronization with your every heartbeat. It is a form of consciousness that is intricately aware of what you are about to do. Indeed, it is the architect of this experience, and it is fitting to acknowledge this. You may extend, if you'd like, a heartfelt appreciation to your higher self. Now it's time to go deeper into what I call the wise smile of your heart, that sober, lightning-quick intelligence of intuition that sees past the barriers of the ordinary human experience. It is this intelligence that is the membrane of the human instrument that touches the higher self, and because it operates in both the worlds of time, space, and spirit, it is most aware of our state of limitation as humans, and so it is also our source of compassion and forgiveness. We forgive because we know to be human is to be limited, and in that limitation we make choices that appear unwise or are flawed. But if we choose unwisely because of our limitation, we also judge unwisely for the very same reason. Thus, we cannot judge, and so we forgive. Forgiveness flows into our life from this higher state, the membrane of our intuition, and we can feel this flow significantly better when we understand and appreciate our human limitations. Contemplate this for a few seconds. Can you feel a new clarity emerging? As you find this clarity, send it to all of the participants in this session. Here's how. Imagine this clarity as a small but vibrant cluster of golden light particles that possesses a consciousness of its own. Envision that this light is hyper-aware and intelligent. You don't need to direct it anywhere because it knows precisely where to go before you even had the thought to send it. So all you need to do is to imagine a cluster or pool of golden light in your heart area, awaiting the affirmative will of your mind to catapult it into action. Say this simple phrase, flow in compassion. Repeat this to yourself now, either mentally or aloud. Flow in compassion. And feel the cluster of light move out of your heart as it seeks out each of the participants, no matter where they live. Of the 6 heart virtues, compassion is the clearest link to the soul's innate ability to connect with others. Compassion is what will form the foundation of our quantum communities and the participants' emotional attitude within the event temples. What you have just done is to send compassion to one another, and whether this is 2 people or 2 billion, the flow of compassion is the resonant factor that will find the heart of another who is, in the moment, aligned and sharing the same feeling state. Experience this for a while. Each of you, as participants in this event temple session, can hold the image of a grid that crisscrosses the globe, encircling it at an energetic level. So hold that global image in your mind for a while. Now, imagine that this cluster of golden light particles is once again pooling in your heart area, poised to flow outward at your command. At this moment, imagine that behind and above you is your higher self, and it reaches around you into this cluster of light and withdraws it from your heart. As it does so, the golden light is immediately replenished. It is inexhaustible, and yet uniquely human in origin. It comes from you. You are its creator. Your higher self takes this cluster of light and reassigns it to spirit, knowing that spirit will direct it to the proper and most needful area or event or person on earth. This is truly the nature of energetic transfers. The individual, using their intuitive heart, creates compassion through the conscious understanding of forgiveness, and then supports their higher self to obtain this golden light and route it to spirit for safekeeping and all-knowing distribution. And so, in doing this, we enhance our connection to the grid of compassion. This is a grid that has existed for tens of thousands of years. It is this grid, or energy field woven from compassion frequencies, that attracts the human family like a powerful magnet in the direction of the grand portal, so our human family can, in due course, be received into the 5th dimension as a collective consciousness. If we work with compassionate heart energy and allow our higher self to access this human-generated compassion that we can, without limit, produce in our hearts, and know that it is being routed to the highest need, then we have achieved our purpose. Begin to visualize this grid of compassion in your life and feel a thread of connection forming from your heart into this field of energy, as if one of the grid lines was integral to your own energy field. We are creatures of light. Even science tells us this without hesitation, but we are more than simply creatures of light. We are creators of light, and in alignment with the energetic transfer process, we are potent creators of compassionate light, helping to sustain and strengthen the grid of compassion that serves all of humanity, the planet, and the far-flung creation within the realm of our central sun. In closing, it is easy to get caught up in the grandeur of the energetic transfer process. After all, we are helping at a grand scale, using our energetics and willful intention as creators of light, and little more. It may seem to your ego self like an impossible equation of 1 + 1 = 2,000. All I can tell you is that whatever degree of compassionate light you give over to Spirit, it is multiplied. It's analogous to Spirit saying, for every unit of compassion you invest, I'll invest 1,000. One final comment. Somewhere tonight in the vast reaches of this planet, people were affected by your contribution. I cannot say who or how many, but I can tell you that what we did energetically goes out without fail to those in need. A hungry, homeless child may have a new sense of hope that had long been lost. A single mother strapping her finances as best she can to feed her family may have selected a new dream instead of her old tired confusions. A father in rage reconsidered his punishment to his young son. Remain in a state of humility and appreciate your opportunity to make contributions in this form. The time will come when you will teach these techniques, but for now, practice. From my world to yours, James.